Welcome back. Before we get to our exit ticket, you've had some amazing practice measuring objects to the nearest quarter inch. But before we get to our exit ticket, I just want to go over one quick thing before we move on. In your workshop, you had a problem that looked something like this. What is the length in inches of this line? We need to go back and look at our thinking question so that we can remember how to do this. Let's look at our VA. Here's our thinking question. Go ahead and read it to yourself one time. Do you remember what to do? Great. We need to think how many whole intervals and how many quarter inch intervals from end to end when measuring our object. So let's take a look. We need to think how many whole intervals. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to stop at 5 because the bar does not go all the way to 6. So we know that our whole intervals are 5. Let's write that down. 5 whole inches or intervals. Now, after the 5, we need to see how many quarter inch intervals we have. You can see that even though that this ruler is not marked, that we can count 1, 2, 3, 4 intervals. So we know that these lines represent the quarter inch intervals. The one in the middle is a bit bigger. Let's go ahead and mark that because right between 5 and 6, when we partition it into 2 pieces, we have our half. 5 and 1/2. Each quarter inch piece also gets labeled. 5 and 1/4, 5 and 3/4. Now, we know that we have 5 whole inches or intervals. Let's count the quarter inch intervals. 1, 2. And we know that 1/4 and 1/4 is 2/4, which is the same as 1/2. So this bar measures 5 and 1/2. And you should have marked your unit of measure, which is inches. If you marked 5 and 2/4, that's okay too. But we want to make sure that we're giving the most precise measurement. You had an open-ended response where you needed to explain how you found this measurement. Let's double check our work before we get to our exit ticket. Go back to your thinking question. How many whole intervals and how many quarter inch intervals from end to end? Let's think about our steps. We lined up the object from 0 on our ruler. Then we counted the whole intervals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holes. Then we counted the quarter inch intervals to the other end of the object. 1/4, 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So that's our explanation. And it goes back to our thinking question in thinking about how many holes and how many quarter intervals from end to end. You can refer to your VA and you can think about this as you prepare for your exit ticket. Great work today.